Hello and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to tell you a story about Little Red Riding Hood. So let's begin. So once upon a time there was a girl called Little Red Riding Hood because she would always wear a red hood with a red cape. So everyone would know her as Little Red Riding Hood. She was one of the kindest girls in the entire village. Everyone loved her and everyone cared for her. So one day Little Red Riding Hood's mother gave her some goodies to give it to her grandmother, and her grandmother's house was another part of the forest and they lived on the other part of the forest, so it was pretty far away. But Little Red Riding Hood requested her mother to go alone to her grandma's house because when she goes alone she has much more fun than when she goes with her mother. So after this, Little Red Riding Hood got the basket that had goodies and also left it for the journey. She was walking and trotting along the way. She was having very much fun, but she didn't realize that a sly old wolf was following her. Suddenly the sly old wolf came in front of her, and then the sly old wolf asked her that where was she going, how was that day, and also annoying her very much. But not to be rude, Little Red Riding Hood answered few of the questions. She said that she was fine and she was also going to her grandmother's house where her grandmother is ill and she is taking this basket full of goodies to her grandmother. And so the sly old wolf, after realizing this, thought to himself that this little girl would just be a mere snack and his grandmother and her grandmother would be a huge meal. So after this, the sly wolf left and ran towards the grandma's house of Little Red Riding Hood. And after this, the wolf knocked on the door and asked in the sweetest voice, sweetest girly voice that anyone can ever imagine. And the wolf said that grandma, open up, I am here, Little Red Riding Hood. And after hearing this Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother opened the door, but without realizing that it was wolf. So the wolf came in, busted in, and then the wolf saw the grandmother. She was fat and also very tall. She made a huge meal for the wolf, and the wolf gobbled her up instantly, and the grandmother didn't even know how to react, and she just cried out loud, and she did not get any help around. So after this, the wolf got on grandma's nighties and also wore her nightcap and then got in the bed. The sad thing is that Little Red Riding Hood had never seen her grandmother because her grandmother would always be absent or cooking, something like that. So she didn't really knew her grandmother that well. So when Little Red Riding Hood got into the house of her grandmother, she knocked on the door, and then the wolf, who dressed up as Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother, said in the sweetest grandmother voice that anyone could ever imagine, and said, who is it? And then Little Red Riding Hood said, I am Little Red Riding Hood, can I come in? Then the wolf dressed grandmother said that you must come in. Then Little Red Riding Hood opened the door and came in, and after that as the wolf was dressed in her grandmother's clothes, Little Red Riding Hood asked many questions like, why do you have such big ears, grandmother? Then the wolf replied that I have these ears to listen to your talks, little talks and everything. Then after this, Little Red Riding Hood asked, why do you have such big yellow eyes? Then the wolf said that I have these yellow eyes to see you and to listen to you. And then after that, why do you have such big teeth, grandmother? Then the wolf growled and said that I have such big teeth to eat you up. And then suddenly the wolf got out of its nighty clothes and then attacked Little Red Riding Hood. She went upstairs to protect herself, but she couldn't. So after that, the wolf gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood alive, and after that, the wolf's belly was insanely filled up, and it was huge, almost the size of the wolf itself. So that was the reason wolf could not move anymore. And after that, the wolf laid down on the floor, and after it laid down, it fell asleep. And after it fell asleep, suddenly outside there was a huge groaning noise that a hunter suddenly listened to. And then the hunter said that there must be a grandmother in there that was groaning like this. So after this, the hunter went inside and saw that the wolf was groaning and snoring like this while he was fell asleep. Then the hunter said that I have been looking for you for a while and now I finally have founded you. So after this, the hunter got his rifle from his back and then pointed at the wolf, and after it pointed at the wolf, it was almost about to fire, but then the hunter saw that the wolf's tummy was insanely filled up. So the hunter carefully took out his knife and carefully made an incision on the wolf's belly, and after it made that incision, and suddenly burst out came the grandmother and also Little Red Riding Hood. The grandmother thanked the hunter, but Little Red Riding Hood had another plan. So she got a lot of rocks in her hand, and after she got all of those rocks in her hand, she put it inside the wolf's belly, and after she put it inside the belly, the hunter stitched it up and it was almost good as new. So when the wolf woke up a little while later, he thought that the grandmother and the Little Red Riding Hood was causing much pain to him, and it was giving him much stomachache. So he went inside in his burrow or cave, as you can say, and after that, the wolf fell asleep inside that, and the wolf was never seen again because the wolf died in that cave and the wolf never came out. So this is the end of our video and story of Little Red Riding Hood. So tata and goodbye. See you tomorrow again.